If you're looking to learn guitar, check out Dave Isaac's Guitar Studio on Music Row. Whether you are a beginner or hobbyist to professional songwriter or artist, Dave offers a unique and powerful method of instruction that teaches not just the instrument, but the whole musician. Find out more at NashvilleGuitarGuru.com. From the family grocery hauler to fire-breathing racing engines, the one name you need to know is USA Motor and Machine, located at 51 Cleveland Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee. Give them a call at 615-726-3725 or at usamotorandmachine.com.
Welcome to Music Business Daily, where we bring you the hottest music headlines.
That's right, we sure do. Today we're going to talk about the Country Music Seminar here in Nashville. We're also going to learn the latest from No Doubt and Nicki Minaj and just find out if she's going to stick around for American Idol any longer or not. So stay tuned.
Jeff Meeks and Chris Austin invite you to watch your favorite sports event at the Batter's Box at 43 Hermitage Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee. The Batter's Box offers shuttle service to all Titans home games. It's a great place for friends to gather for the game and after the game. So check out the Batter's Box Bar and Grill, and thanks again for sponsoring the show. Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Welcome back. Today is Monday. I'm JC.
And I'm Kelly.
We're ready to kick off your work week.
We sure are. It's the first week of March, so happy Monday and happy March. We're going to be talking about, first off, Country Music Seminar Week here in Nashville, better known as CRS Week. So it's basically this week, if you don't know, where radio broadcasters come together from really all over the nation, and artists, mainly that are on radio, that are doing well in radio this past year, come together to do a lot of showcases, lunch showcases, dinner showcases, and then just evening events throughout the city. But it's also a time for up-and-coming artists that are trying to break into radio to come and network with those artists and those radio broadcasters. So it's a really fun event.
Yeah, it sounds like my dream business trip.
It really is. I've had the pleasure of going the past couple of years to at least some of the events, and this past year, everybody from those that have been longtime successes such as Vince Gill, but then some of those breaking artists like the Georgia-Florida line and Kit Moore, and so it's really an opportunity to see a lot of people come together.
Well, I would assume that Brad Paisley is missing this trip because he is in Haiti. Actually, he and his wife Kimberly announced last year that they are partnering with the Nashville charity Live Beyond Thirst. And that helps to provide clean water to impoverished parts of Haiti. And so since the 2010 earthquake, a lot of places still haven't recovered, and he's currently in the Caribbean to help install water pumps. And there with him is Olympic skater Scott Hamilton. So he goes on to say how charitable and giving Nashville is, and that if they could only see something like that, then he knows a lot of people would pitch in and for sure help out. And I think that's true about this area. I think people are really open to just buying locally or doing stuff that has a charitable nation attached to it. And I think that's a really cool thing about here. But I think it's cool that also our local celebrities get so involved in just outside of our little bubble. So
absolutely.
Very cool.
Good job, Brad Paisley, even though we missed you at CRS.
Yes.
Definitely for a good cause.
Yeah.
So, but some news that might not be quite as positive. Rapper French Montana, there was actually a shooting outside of his tour bus this past week in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was outside of a Holiday Inn is where I guess his local show was, which, I mean.
Unfortunately, there was one that didn't make it, so one was killed, and there's another that was hospitalized.
Yeah, I guess he was outside with local fans when a car drove by and opened fire on them. And that'll be a buzzkill to your after party, 100%. But there is one other person that was shot, and they seem to be in stable condition. But
so that's a good
actually, isn't he friends with another rapper who just had a drive-by shooting just recently?
A few weeks ago, Kelsey and I were talking about Rick Ross and how there was a drive-by shooting at his car a few weeks ago. And, he's taken precaution and hired a 24-hour armed service. But they are friends, and we don't really know if it's
related. There's 3 people in custody so far, and the investigators say that some people from Montana's crew probably fired back. But I guess if you're in that circle of friends, you might want to add on some more security.
You might want to take precaution if you go to any of their concerts.
Yeah.
So don't stand outside the Holiday Inn.
Right.
But
Pearl Jam's McCready and Guns N' Roses' McKagan are forming a new band, and it is currently unnamed. I will give this as an opportunity to you to comment under our video with any suggestions you may have, because I think that's a fun little contest. And I'm sure I'm sure they're watching our show, waiting for really good suggestions.
Something else we can tweet to them and tell them our suggestions and watch our video. So, but yeah, Pearl Jam and Guns N' Roses. I mean, that sounds like an interesting combination as far as, you know, if you were to take those two styles. I don't know if they're going to stick to those styles or not, or do something completely different.
Something completely different. But you know, I mean, I wonder how, like, they each had their own very unique branding, and I wonder how they're going to bring that together to be something in the middle, or like you said, something completely new.
Right. You know, Rolling Stone magazine right now says they're collaborating. So, you know, basically getting together, using some even material that they had on their own and coming together and kind of seeing what works with the two of them. So
yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll have more news on that to come.
Right.
But no doubt, for those of you who followed them, you know, all the way from back in the 90s to now, they are working on a new album. They've actually postponed their 2013 tour. So they figured a new album was more important than getting on the road. Definitely due for some fresh material.
Right.
So.
Well, they were apart for a really long time, and I know Gwen Stefani did her own things, but when they finally got back together in the studio, they realized how much they missed it and how much it was so easy for them to flow into recording together, and now they feel really inspired and they don't want to stop what's happening, I guess, in the studio. So I'm excited. I love Gwen Stefani. She's pretty much my inspiration to be blonde and maybe go blonder. We don't know.
She's a wonderful performer, no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
She's a hot mama.
She is. So, you know, I look forward to hearing their new material.
Yeah.
See what comes out of that.
Nicki Minaj actually is rumored to have a new album coming out, which I think is tough for a lot of people. Have wondered, is she going to stay with Idol if she wants to do this? But she says that there's no plans to leave Idol. She's planning to record in LA while doing Idol, which, I mean, she's busy, and I guess she doesn't even have kids right now or a family, so I'm sure, like, it's still a lot of hard work, but I think she seems like somebody who can balance that stuff, and she loves working hard, loves music, and that's, I mean, it's her passion. She lives and breathes, so.
Exactly, and she released something not too long ago, but she's ready to get right back on.
Right.
You know,
I mean, so how are we supposed to dance in the clubs without Nicki Minaj? She needs to keep producing. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. That's all we have for you today. But if you want to talk to us either now or in between now and tomorrow, or even after tomorrow, you can find us on Facebook at /Talkapolis.
Or at Talkapolis for Twitter, and we even have a free phone app, so you can find us on your Android or iPhone.
Yes, so find us on your phone, keep in touch, and we will be sure to see you tomorrow.
Microcasting for your city, Talkapolis.